I remember more than 2 years ago, I was having dinner with Roger Stone during the RNC in Cleveland, the second or third night of the event. He was so pissed, going, man, I helped arrest and round up communists in the 80s for Reagan. I'm a super right-winger for Nixon. And they're saying I'm this Russian agent. I am pissed, man. And I said, dude, it's a joke. Don't be mad about it. And then 6 months later, they accused me of being a Russian agent and just said I was a Russian agent in House Intelligence Committee and Armed Service Committee meetings. There's no judge, there's no jury. You're looking at Democrats saying you're a Russian agent with no proof. And as a man, you get pissed because it's not just that they're lying about you. They know they're full of crap. And they know Hillary with Uranium One sold us out to the Russians and anybody else that would pay. Globalism is about raping nation states. We're the Americans of every race, color, and creed that want our sovereignty back, that want the country to be based on basic laws and systems, not some ruptured open thing that globalists control. So I saw all that, and then on Friday, just yesterday, seems like 100 years ago, we got that 50-something page indictment of 13 Russians and 3 companies. It's like catering companies and some little bitty Facebook thing that reaches a few 100,000 people a year. We reach that with each post. And it's the Russians came up with Hillary for prison in 2016. We came up with that in 2015. I did. On record. Because I was in North Austin and saw a hand-painted sign in a yard during the midterm elections that said Hillary for president. I came into the office and said, I want Hillary for president shirts, make it look like her official shirt. We sold almost 100,000 copies of those. So here's the headline. Trump cleared, Mueller indicts 13 Russians, duped unwitting American associates. And you read it, you read the indictment, it says that they, on Facebook and Twitter, sent it to their page. That's duping an American. And then it says they were against Trump, they were for Trump, and they were against Trump. They were jumping on every top 10. That's a tactic on the internet. We don't do that, but people do it. They jump on the top 10 search terms. It was a troll company. They admit it. It had nothing to do with the election. In fact, they're saying like 70+% of their stuff was anti-Trump. Of course it was. That's what was getting huge coverage, and that's why so many conservatives have now turned anti-Trump, anti-Infowars, because Twitter and Facebook lets you share that and lets you make money for all the troll farms. We've not done it because we're not traders. They've attempted to shut us down thanks to radio stations and TV stations and our own Infowars platform and stuff. You know, we've grown in the face of it. We're not 80-something million viewers like the week of the election. That was a giant peak, but our kind of peak went up like that. 2016, it kind of went like that, but it's a new. Our previous plateau was here, now our plateau is here, so we're up overall. But the censorship and the admissions are just incredible. And then you've got Mueller coming out and saying, and Rosenstein admitting, yeah, we had all the interviews and everything, and none of these people talked to Trump people. Trump wasn't colluding. This is a huge admission. So they want to save face. Okay, we indicted some Russians that were running troll farms to get links back to sell advertising. And Twitter went to RT and said, spend tens of millions a year. Here's the search terms. They said, no, we'll spend 200,000 during the election. I've had Twitter and Facebook. I've bought. Back in 2016, I quit after that because you pay for it, you don't get it. I spent $300,000 on Facebook. And they would recommend what to cover. We didn't normally do that. But we would just pay to have our post actually get to our members. So That's what's so crazy about this, is that when you know how all this works and you're hearing it from the news, they think you're stupid. But the big news here is that Trump's cleared. And it's like, oh, great, he's cleared. Oh, my God, we were in so much trouble. Of course he's been cleared. They've now, to cover face, indicted a couple of his low-level people that he never even met with or did anything with about how they were already FBI informants, so it's all staged. And these people lied to the FBI in statements, according to the FBI. That's not even proven. That's all they got. And then now it's 13 Russians and 3 companies. And Mueller and Rosenstein admit no collusion with the president. Of course not. You're running for president, you're winning. Sir, like Papadopoulos kept saying, not to Trump, people under him, the Russians want to meet. They're like, fuck Russians. It's China. It's Hollywood. It's the big banks. That's who you get money. Trump didn't get any of that money. He got $500 million from small people. The average donation like $15. Goldman Sachs, J.P. Morgan, Bank of America, Wells Fargo, Wachovia, all of it. It was 99.9% Hillary. That's the facts. It wasn't foreign governments for Trump. It was foreign governments for Hillary. That's on record. This was grassroots. And whether Trump's good or bad, I think overall he's a populist and a good guy. That isn't what matters. It's that he really is a populist, and he really is trying to do what he thinks is good, and he wasn't bought by the big bots and by the big advertising and by the politicos and by all the propagandists and all the shit. They all lost. They all tried to cram an old, weird brain tumor hag down our throat. We said no, and they're like, shit. If we're not the political ruling class, nobody's going to pay us anymore. What are we going to do? Well, let's say this guy's a Russian. And then let's call everybody from Piers Morgan, who I don't even like, to Senator Rand Paul, who I love, to Tucker Carlson, who's great, to Lou Dobbs, to myself, to Matt Drudge, to blah, blah, blah. Russian agents in Congress. Rand Paul's in there saying, I'm not going to fund attacking Russian troops in Syria. They've been invited in. They're battling ISIS. And McCain goes, you're a Russian Putin agent. I'm going to call Fury and fuss. You work for Putin. What the hell? What the hell? And then senile Pelosi, President Bush is a Russian agent. I go, ma'am, it's Trump. Bill Clinton. She doesn't even know who the fuck the president is, man. There are no Russians giving us money. It's you. You know that. You go. They've already cut all our advertising out. It made us even stronger, by the way. Getting us on Google and everywhere else. And ad roll and all that. We used to straight sales our own products. And they sent the government and tried to shut down. It was the cleanest stuff out there. Supplements. When you buy T-shirts, when you buy books, when you buy videos, when you just spread the links, you bypass them. You override them. You, in a wrestling match, arm wrestling, crush them. And so that's why when I meet listeners, and it's most of the time some beautiful Hispanic family, I'm not just saying that, it's usually in Austin, it's like that's our biggest listeners, or it's a black family or a white family. And the point is they just come, they go, oh, God, you're so great. And they're always successful, smart people. They're like, we really love you, our family. And I'm like, listen, you love me. I love you. You know what it's like to know you're out there and we're winning and you're supporting us? That is a blessing. That is an honor. That is amazing. We're fighting socialism, communism, globalism, pedophilia, all this crap that is the corrupt that will go along with this evil. Do not thank me. I am thanking you. But like I said at the start of this video, this live feed, I say, Roger, stop cussing at dinner. Everybody knows you're on a Russian agent. He would just be so pissed. Well, I got to hire lawyers. They're coming to my family. They're breaking into my bank accounts. Jesus Christ. And then it happened to me, and I was pissed too because I was like, wait a minute. They know they're lying. They know that they're full of shit. And they're the globalists that have sold the country out. And then they're pointing at those of us that are just for sovereignty and having control of our own lives, and they say we are what they are. Not Russian agents, but globalist, but people selling the country out. That's the big news here. So Trump has been cleared. It's already been cleared. The illegal spying, all of it's blown up in their face. But I wonder, now that they've lost on so many fronts, what are they going to do next? The answer is the Clintons gave the nukes to the North Koreans. They wound them up. They're going to try to use that to embarrass Trump. The globalists through China control that. They're going to try to economically implode things they've done the last 2 weeks with the stock market. They are going to try to create race war. They're not giving up, because you got to understand, the average globalist is all about running somebody else's life. That's all they've got. And those of us that aren't control freaks, we're like, well, I can't barely run my own life. Why would I want to run somebody else's? You don't get it. And I don't get it either. But you study criminology, that's what it is. So I'll be back tomorrow, 4 to 6 p.m. with a Sunday transmission on radio and TV. Big production. I'm here in the control room. Great job, Rod Dude, coming in after you coached a couple of basketball games with your children today and your great wife. What a great patriot running this. Our news director coming in and do this live feed. And I'm going to go back and spend some time with my family now. Infowars.com/show. And there it is. 13 Russians, catering companies, 250,000 view Facebook shit. It's like most of the affidavits, like, attack President-elect Trump, said he should be impeached. It's like, this is the Russian collusion. You're like, you're watching, you can't believe it.
Look at that. Never had that happen before.
YouTube crashed.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's censorship everywhere, man. When it's not, it is them blocking you seeing us in the feed, blocking you seeing us in the subscriptions. I mean, it's real cyber warfare, and they admit they're doing it.
It's okay.
They might want to do it all stealthily because they know there's lawsuits.
Yeah.
Because their own executives are going public. All right, doesn't matter. We got the feed out one way or the other. We'll see you back tomorrow. I love you all, and there you go, man. The only people taking Russian money are the Clintons and the globalists, and America's back, and our sovereignty's back. Doesn't mean we're perfect, but we're taking control of the country back. So all you globalists can fuck yourselves.